On Monday, April 18th, we're going to be having a STAAR checkpoint number 1, and it's going to be kind of like a little small test, quiz, something like that. Okay, and this is, like I said, this is going to be for 5th grade, and some of the things that we're gonna be checking to see is going to be comparing decimals using greater than, less than, or equals, ordering decimals, and this is going to be up to the thousands place value. So whole numbers this side, tens, hundreds, thousands. Something else on the test, we're going to be multiplying with whole numbers and decimal numbers whose product, the answer, may be up to the hundredths place value. Okay, so once again, hundredths place value up to right there. Next, this test or this checkpoint will also be consisting of dividing a whole number or a decimal number up to the hundredths place value by a 1-digit or 2-digit whole number. Last thing, this checkpoint is going to have simplifying numerical expressions that do not involve exponents. In other words, order of operation. So for this review, this is going to be the first thing we're going to be going over, comparing decimals. But before we go into comparing decimals, I want to quickly go into this. These signs right here for comparing numbers, the greater than, less than, or equal to sign, a lot of students, even some adults, have problems figuring out which one is which. So to help you out, okay, less than, you see that L, capital L? If you go sideways, that's the sign for less than. Less than, okay? Then my students are going to say, ooh, cool trick. So it's just an L and it's tilted over. What's the trick for the greater than? Well, there isn't a trick. There's only 2 choices, really. Less than, greater than. Equals, hopefully nobody has issues with. So this would be the greater than. This is always greater than. You read things from left to right, okay? So, less than, greater than, and of course you have the equals. Here's this real quick. You read things from left to right. 5 is greater than 3. See how it's eating more? Okay. 5 is greater than 3. That did not look like an L. This looks like an L, but you read things from left to right. 3 is less than 5. Some of them are going to say, oh, but my teacher always taught me about it eating more. Yes, it's still eating more, but the way you say it, the way you read it is from left to right. 3 is less than 5. This looks like an L. Less than. Okay, so now that we've gone past that right there, let's go to this on comparing numbers. The way I teach my students is, first of all, do this T. That line, that's going to be your decimal. This is 20 and 3/10. That decimal, this separates whole numbers from decimals, whole numbers from fractions, dollars from coin. Okay? Over here, you put this other one. Now we have both numbers there. Next, what I like to tell my students is, wherever you see empty spaces, add zeros. It's not going to change the value. It's going to change the number, but not the value. Okay, this is all about value. For example, this would be something like, this is 3/10, 3 dimes. This is 30 hundredths or 30 pennies. Okay, 3 dimes has the same value as 30 pennies. Yes, this right here, it's less coins. This is more coins. But we're not talking about the number, we're talking about the value. So when you add zeros to the end, you're not changing the value, you're changing the number. So going back to this, okay, look at the whole numbers. Both of them are 20s. Now you have 300 versus 249. This number is big. This number is small. It always wants to eat the bigger number. So we're going to make it eat the bigger number. Now, once again, some of them are going to say, but look, you switched it. Well, the only reason I had to switch it is because it likes to eat the bigger number. See how it's eating the bigger number? So this is 20 and 3/10 is greater, that does not look like an L, greater than 20 and 249 thousandths. Let's go on to the next one. On this, step 1. Okay, you're going to do your T. Put that decimal up there. Then write down the numbers. Okay, from here, see how I have empty spaces right here and right here? I'm going to add zeros. That's going to change the number, not the value. So now both of them are 19s. It's 795 versus 800. 800 is greater, so it's going to want to eat more. So then it has to eat the one with the 8. Okay? It's not about how many digits you have here. No. Okay? It's about the value. Okay? It's all about the value. This one has a bigger value than this one. Next, on this, try doing this one on your own. Let's look to see if you got the right answer. From here, step 1, put that line with the dot. Actually, that's 1 and 2. Then you put your numbers, put your digits. Okay? From here, actually, can you already see the one that is bigger and which one is smaller? I don't really have to add the zeros, because if you just look right here at the whole numbers, always go to the whole numbers. 62 versus 63. 63 is big, 62 is small. Okay? Think about it. If this were to be money, $63 is more than $62.51. Okay? Big, small. It always eats the big. Next, on this one. Okay? Pause and try to see if you can do it on your own. Here we go. So on this, step 1, step 2. Put down the numbers. Okay? I've got empty spaces. I'm going to add zeros. 42, 42. These are the same. 300 versus 298. Okay? 300 is more. So this one is the bigger one. Okay? This is the big number. This is the small number. The shark, the alligator always wants to eat the bigger one. So from here, it's going to go this way. It's eating the one with the 3. See that? Eating, eating. 42 and 3/10 is greater, this does not look like an L, greater than 42 and 298 thousandths. Going back to this one, 62 and 51 hundredths is less than, that looks like an L, less than 63. And if we're talking about money, $62.51 is less than $63. Read things from left to right. What if it's a question like this? and they want you to choose one of these numbers that is in between this number and this number. Okay? So from here, step 1, you want to do this. Step 2, this. Okay? Then from here, what I would do is actually, I would go here, 027, here, 6009. See that? These answer choices, I would put them right in the middle. Okay? A, 625, B, 602, C, 6005, and D, 6028. Then, empty spaces, yes. So they want to know from these right here, which one is in between 27 and 9. I have 250. Is 250 in between 27 and 9? No, it's not. Is 20 in between 27 and 9? Yes. But let's go on. Is 5 in between 27 and 9? No, 5 is not in between 27 and 9. Is 28 in between 27 and 9? No, 28 is not in between the numbers 27 and 9. Here's our answer. Now, on this one, I didn't have to worry about the whole numbers because all the whole numbers are the same, 6. See that? So all I have to do is actually focus on my decimal numbers. See that? 27, 250, 20, 5, 28. When you add those zeros, you're not changing the value, you're changing the number. But by changing the number, you're able to understand how to put them in order a whole lot better. So our answer would be B, because you go back to the original one. Next, we're going to be putting numbers in order from greatest to least. If you want to, you can pause the video and solve this and then push play and check to see if you got the right answer. Now, before we begin, greatest to least, or another way of saying this is biggest to smallest. Okay? Biggest to smallest. Now, step 1. Always do this. This is what's going to help you out. Okay? First thing you want to do, put that and then put your numbers, put them all there. Okay? Once you do that, check to see if you have any empty spaces in the decimal part. Whole numbers, no worries. It's the decimal part that you want to worry about. Okay? 3 digits, 1, 2, 3, 1 digit, 2 digits, 2 digits. So it seems like we need to put all of them with 3 digits by adding a 0 over here. Remember, that'll change the number, but not the value. Next, we're going to put these in order from greatest to least. So biggest to smallest. If on this, concentrate on the whole number side first. Look, 21, 24, 21, 24. This doesn't matter right now because look, one of these two numbers is the biggest, is the greatest, because you have a 24 and a 24, and that's already greater than 21 and 21. Who cares about this stuff? So now we have 800 versus 750. This is the greatest, and then this one. See that? Now it's going to be between this 21 and this 21. 605 versus 480. This is the next one. And then we have this one. When you put them back in order, you need to go back and put them in the order, or write them in their original numbers. There you go. Just like this. From here, we said 24.75, then 21.605. Yes, there's a trick on how to say these also. 21.48. And here's the real way to say this. What I tell my students is this. Put a 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. 24 and 8/10. 24 and 75 hundredths. 21 and 605 thousandths. 21 and 48 hundredths. Okay, that is in order from greatest to least. Let's do another one. For this one, we're going to put these in order from greatest to least. Once again, you can pause, get the answer, and check. Remember, greatest to least, that's like saying biggest to smallest. Okay? From here, step 1, do this, that T right there. Okay? That really helps out on coming up with the correct answer. From here, don't worry about the whole number side, worry about the decimal side. 3 digits, 2 digits, so you add a 0 at the end. It will not change the value. It will change the number, but not the value. Greatest to least. Look at the whole numbers first. 0, 0, 1. 1 is greater than the zeros. So this is first. From here, now it's between these two. 946, 502. 946, 502. So when you write them now in order from greatest to least, make sure you go back and you write them in their original form. Okay, there we go, and 0.502. Once again, to say these numbers correctly, remember, a 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. A 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. 1 and 42 hundredths. 946 thousandths. 502 thousandths. That's the order from greatest to least. On this one, we're going to be putting the numbers in order from least to greatest, smallest to biggest. Okay? Once again, you can hit pause. Step 1, there it is. Next, put the numbers down right here. The decimal is going to be that vertical line. Okay, look, right here. See that? Okay, now, don't worry about the whole number side. Worry about the decimal side. 2 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits. So on this, we just have to add 1 there. Now we're going to go smallest to biggest. All the whole numbers are the same, 0. So which is the smallest? We have 430, 438, 429, 483. 429 is the smallest. Then we have 430, 438, and 483, 430, and then 438, and then 483. When you write them in order, make sure you go back and you put them in their original form. Okay? In other words, you're not going to add those extra zeros that we did. That is just kind of like training wheels on a bike to help us out. From here, to say the numbers correctly, put a 1 underneath the decimal, load it up with zeros. Okay? 429 thousandths, 43 hundredths, 438 thousandths, 483 thousandths. Did you notice also I didn't say 483? You never say and. The only time you say and is for the decimal. Okay? Let's do another one. This is going to be the last one for putting numbers in order from least to greatest, smallest to biggest. Okay? Remember, do this. Okay, that should be step 1. Then you just copy them down. That's all you have to do. Copy them down on here. This is how you show your work to prove to your teacher, to your parents, to your guardians, that you really do know what you're doing. From here, don't worry about the whole number side. Worry about the decimal side. 1, 2, 3 digits, 1, 2, 3 digits, 1, 2 digits, 1, 2 digits, 1, 2, 3 digits. So all of them have to go to 3 digits. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, we're going from smallest to biggest, least to greatest. Don't worry about this side. Forget the decimals. Look at the whole numbers. Smallest ones: 419, 417, 418, 417, 418. Automatically, sorry, wrong one, whoops, and I used the pen, rats. Okay, automatically, this is going to be the greatest one. That's 419. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, D, E. So this is going to be E automatically. I already know that. From here, okay, it's between these two, 309 versus 970. 309 is the smallest, and then it's this one. Now it's between the 418 and this 418. 630 versus 537. 537 is smaller, and then it goes here. So my final answer is going to be 417 and 309 thousandths, then 417 and 97 hundredths, then 418 and 537 thousandths, then 418 and 63 hundredths, and finally 419 and 18 thousandths. Okay, after a while you start sort of like imagining the 1 with the zeros on the bottom. Okay,